What's up, guys? It's November 30th, 2023. It's the last day of the month. It's the last day of the month. Pretty tough morning. I got cut up a little bit, but I made it back at the end of the day. I was honestly expecting a pretty nice sell because it's the last day of the month and maybe we can get trendy, but that's my bad for expecting things. I should just play what is shown to me. So, yesterday was a pretty good day. We went over everything was like a leg one, leg two. You could pretty much be in a trade right after bar one. It is a little bit hard to frame back and forth trades, but both sides made money. It was a downtrend. It was a range with like more downwards pressure. After we popped back into yesterday's range, a lot of the bulls showed up and they kind of got a big up and a big down. And today we could see the aftermath of that with the opening range. That was tough for about 2 hours. It was about an hour and a half, I think. 8:30. Yeah, 8:30 a.m. is when we started to get follow through, and that was very minimal. So it's buy low, sell high. The gap got filled right away in terms of the opening gap was really small. It was really small. It was like this big from here to here, and it got filled with bar one. So the opening gap got filled pretty quick, and bar one is a range bar after a big up, big down move. So we could kind of expect some more range price action for that to continue into the second day. We were bouncing around the 50% level of last week's range and yesterday's close. It would be buy low, sell high, so sellers up here, buyers below. And I didn't have this, but it would have been cool if I had thought about it to put, you'll see in 2 seconds, to just pretty much be mindless, set a limit order to buy, scalp out, limit order sell, scalp out, whichever one I decided. I would most likely, if I was in a trade with the limit orders, I would do sells up top and just scalp out at the bottom because of downward pressure from yesterday. I got filled on this bar, expecting another leg up, hit out. I market ordered in, and that's what I get from market ordering in. It's crazy. I haven't market ordered in such a long time, and then, of course, the first day I market order in, instead of hitting a buy stop, it literally just ripped me up from here to here. So that sucked. So I had to just wait out until this price action. So the first first 2 hours of the day are pretty annoying. Bar one is a range bar. Bar two is follow through, and they tag yesterday's low, and we bounce, and then we break and make a new low. However, the close is pretty bad for bar four, and we close above. My nose is itchy. Okay, sorry. I'm here. We closed above yesterday's low, which is I don't think is very good for the bears because obviously they want to continue to sell. I like to look for reversals around the highs and lows of yesterday, and I just kind of let that get away from me and ended up buying highs today. So yeah, today was a limit order market for most of the day. It's really hard on stop order entries. If you put a stop order here, you got filled here, sat through a deep pullback, and then you made your one-to-one risk. So limit orders were owning the markets for the first 2 hours of the day. However, it got good. I'm keeping this price action short because it's a limit order market and I'm still learning them. And there are leg one, leg twos. Like here, look at that. There's your leg one, leg two. But even if you were to get in with a buy stop, it would be hard to make about 5 to 10 points. I mean a sell stop. So yeah, a sell stop to the previous low is about 5 points. So it's not too bad of a scalp. Although you would sit through a pretty nasty pullback right there. Price action was rough, but price action is not rough. It's just rough because we can't read it correctly, you know? It's only rough if we don't know what's going on. And for me, I was a little bit confused today, so it was rough. It was a rough morning, but a limit order trader would say he had a field day. So it just comes down to experience, and I was inexperienced this morning and got chopped up. I think it's more important to identify it than to trade it, and I did notice this double top and double bottom, how we talked about in yesterday's video. That's a TTR, tight trading range. However, these bars were confusing me in terms of yesterday's sell. Big bars like this are emotional bars, which makes sense. They're supposed to make me emotional. I just admitted I got confused, which is like somewhat emotional. I'm like, do I sell? Do I buy? Do I sell? Because we had a good sell yesterday. I was thinking, oh man, this is a triple top. We're going to go down end of the month. However, there's no follow through. There's no 2 bar follow through, which which I thought about after the fact. Yeah, you could say I got follow through here, but this is bad follow through. And in a good breakout, I was literally just studying the section on breakouts yesterday. A good breakout will have follow through. If it has bad follow through, traders will expect a reversal soon. And I knew that in the back of my head, but I just didn't believe it. And I don't know what soon is relative, so to me this is not soon. I would and then but then again, right? If you're a limit order trader, the reversal literally came. It came right up to the high. All gaps are closed. So for me, I wasn't fast enough to manage these types of trades. If you're good enough to manage these trades, yeah, look, here's your reversal. Yesterday's low, bad follow through, buying, put a limit order here, put a limit order here, you could put a buy, stop, and scalp out 1 point, but that's tough. And then they get another form of a 3 legs down, maybe you could say. I was counting 1, 2. So that's your leg 1, leg 2, leg 3. Do you see? Very hard to talk about this morning, honestly. I don't think we've had too many days. I'm trying to talk it through to make sure I'm not rushing. I realized I was rushing through the morning, so. And then your leg 2, I think, comes here. After that, and then you can get barely see. It is a tough day. After the morning PA, and then pretty much almost 4 hours of the day. Only the last 2 hours to me were easier to trade. Yeah, we go into so this was good to notice. The market's always in transition, right? Like if we're in a trend, the last leg in a trend is gonna be the first leg in a range. If we're in a range, the market's going back and forth looking for a breakout. And so the market's always doing like 2-3 things at once. Look here how we're range bound. So obviously we're range bound here, right? I'm gonna just make it like green to stand out. So here we're range bound, but then look how the market structure is starting to change in favor of the bulls. And what I mean by that is bulls are buying every new low. So a new low, bulls buy, new low, bulls buy, new low, bulls buy, new low, bulls buy, new low, bulls buy. Bulls are steady making money buying new lows. Bears are steady making money shorting the pop. Now look here, no new lows are being put in. You could say this is a new low, and they did buy it. But this is not a new low. This is not a new low, and the bulls still bought the lows. So I think the market was transitioning right here. You could say maybe a head and shoulders reversal, double bottom, even like a wedge bottom bull flag is kind of what I was looking at with a really deep pullback because of all the selling pressure. Let me draw the. So here's the flag. I think you guys can kind of see it now, and there's the bottom, and the pull is right here. I bought this and I made my money back. This was really great. Leg 1, leg 2. I was able to hold for the whole move because if we catch the first breakout, leg 2 is a high probable trade. And what I mean by that is, when I was long here, there's nothing telling me leg 1 was put in, and then I saw this pullback, and I was like, okay, this is leg 1 to me. So I took my measurement, and after this deep wick, I kind of placed my order somewhere around here, and I got filled here. But however, what I want to talk about, this was not my PT because of the leg 1, leg 2. The leg 1, leg 2 helped me hold through this pullback because if you remember, it went kind of deep. My PT was the open of the day. That's kind of becoming my trade on range days, which I should just stick to because it makes sense to me. And I got filled to the tick right here. So I didn't get filled to the tick. This was my target, and I put it 2 ticks below. And since I got 2 ticks below, I literally got filled right before the dump, which is great. So yeah, I caught this move and made all my money back. And yeah, Bears got their 2 legs down after the Bulls got their 2 legs up. It's really, really great. Look at that. It is so crazy. And one thing I want to say is I'm going to start going for more conservative PTs. I think I talked about it a little bit yesterday. But pretty much my trading right now is these are the 2 biggest problems I've identified. I do stupid things like this, like buying this high, knowing we're in a range, thinking I bought this high, still wanting to get short. So so that proves like how emotional I was feeling within this range price action. So if I can stop that BS, and honestly, this is the same type of I shorted here. I think I got trapped. So it's kind of the same problem 2 times in a row. So if I can stop that, I think I'm gonna turn that I'm going to get one step closer to being profitable. I'm not going to say turn the page into profitability because that's really hard. Trading is quite harder than I expected, but I like that. And then we got a huge buy vacuum at the end of the day. I think they wanted to test the high of last week before the month was over, and they missed it by a few ticks. The bulls did. And then let's check the leg 1, leg 2. I was out the markets by the time this happened. So if you went for a leg 1, leg 2 of the first leg, you got filled, but you did miss a big portion. Maybe you could have this up as a guide, like, hey, at least I can get to here. But once we see this next big bar get put in, let's see if this leg 1, leg 2 works. Yeah, so the second leg 1, leg 2 kind of takes you to the top. Maybe put it right here. You get a more accurate PT. You can catch more of the move with this leg 1, leg 2. And actually, now I'm thinking about it. I said we could pull from here, but the count did reset for the bears because they made money. So you could say this is null and void. I think that is correct to say because they made money here, and now it resets. Bulls make money. Pretty tough day in general. Talk about the daily chart. Daily chart's crazy as hell right now. I was looking at it right before this. Like look at that. This is just horrible to trade, and we've been in it. I hope you guys have been making money. I haven't been losing. I have been taking some losses, but I haven't been getting shredded to pieces yet. So, knock on wood, we can, finish the year strong. We have a lot of range. The markets are just straight up range bound. I think this is really interesting because on the hourly chart, how I talked about emotional bars in a range, here I was getting emotional huge bars are in a range are emotional bars. And I said that, and then I looked at the hourly chart earlier before the video started. I was just going over what I was going to say. I was like, wow, if we're range bound, this is also an emotional bar. So it would be interesting to see if we get some sort of sell, maybe into the 50% level, or we completely reverse. Then you can go either way. We're in a range, so the market's at an equilibrium right now, 50-50. The highest probabilities are trading at the extremes, buying low and selling high. I drop these videos every day at 3 p.m. If you guys are learning something, hit the follow button. Drop what type of trades are working out for you guys. We can all work together. If you guys are trading, this is all my if you're new here, all my, what am I trying to say, reviews are based off Brook's price action methods. Join the trader room. Tomorrow's a free day. By the time you guys are seeing this, the free day would have passed, so check it out. Anyways, there's a lot of free YouTube videos out there that you don't have to buy the course. You don't have to pay for the room. You could just look on YouTube. Just YouTube and YouTube Al Brooks. That'll cover you for like 6 months, honestly. And then, yeah. You guys have a good one. Hit the follow button. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on notifications. I'll talk to you guys later. Stay safe. Bye. Use a stop loss.